I'm gonna spend the next 365 days pushing the limits of what one artist can do in 1 week, 1 month, and 1 whole year. This is a challenge to recreate the Gojo versus Toji fight in live action, but it's not just about the fight. My biggest enemy in all of my projects has been time. I've never finished a big project in under 3 months because I always get stuck trying to perfect the details. But is it even worth it? This is a challenge to see if I've wasted the last 2 years of my life, or if all the extra time was actually worth it. I spent a few days researching and gathering models so I could spend the actual week working on the project. So the real challenge starts now. Creation in 7 days, part 2. Since I don't have much time, my goal is to capture the essence of the battle. Perfection is not the goal, just something that is true to the original. And I'm wasting my time by talking, so let's get to work. With the butterfly effect, even small events can have big consequences for the future. So I have to be careful with the foundation I set now, which is kind of hard on 6 hours of sleep doing 2 shots a day. So realistically, if I even finish this, it's a win. Somehow we made it in time. So here is the result of 7 days of non-stop work.
久しぶり。お前の敗因は俺を首ちょんぱしなかったことと、頭をぶっ刺すのにあの呪具を使わなかったこと。敗因？勝負はこれからだ。
Personally, I could never release that. I almost feel like that was an insult to you guys. But since I'm biased, we'll ask the Patreon members and see if they think it's the most worth it or if I should keep working. Why'd you make me look at it? Keep working. The patrons voted that we should keep on working. So far, the last 2 years of my life were not meaningless. With about a month, I can go a lot deeper, improving the textures, refining the models, but realism is risky. The more detail I add, the slower my computer goes, so for a month, I have to find a balance. It won't be perfect. For some reason, I can't get the faces to look good, and if they don't look good, the whole video won't look good. And since I'm not smart enough to fix it, luckily I can call someone who is. Chester. I need help! Chester came through with some absolute game changers. New facial rigs, new textures, and he showed me how to motion capture my own face. This is a huge step up. It's not perfect, but it's definitely progress. It's probably the best we're gonna do for 1 month. I think Chester saved my life on this one. But there is more work to do, so let's keep going. Even with all of these improvements, time is sprinting away from me. At this point, I barely have time to composite the shots I rendered. And I had plans to add a lot of the iconic shots that I couldn't add in the first week, but at this point, I have to cut them again. With like no time left, all I can do now is composite what I have and hope for the best. And after a month of hard work, here's where we are.
よう、久しぶり。
マジか。
お前の敗因は俺を首ちょんぱしなかったことと、頭をぶっ刺すのにあの呪具を使わなかったこと。
敗因？勝負はこれからだろ。
術式反転。
After watching that, it's decent for a month, but as a perfectionist, ew, yuck. It's not great. The uncanny faces, the rushed, unnatural animation, Yeah, it's a tough watch, but that's just me. Let's check the poll and see what the patrons think. Oh yeah, keep working on the video. That'd be amazing. You can do it, Corey. Waste your life on it. The patrons voted it is more worth it to continue working on the video, and so we'll spend the next year doing only that. Every mistake I make now will snowball into the final result, so I really have to be careful. But the final process starts now.
よう、久しぶり。マジか。お前の敗因は俺を首ちょんぱしなかったことと、頭をぶっ刺すのにあの呪具を使わなかったこと。敗因？勝負はこれからだろ。
Chester. Already the problem that I'm having is if I add in all the shots I was planning, they'll steal all the time and quality from other shots. So I'm basically being forced to cut all the iconic shots and make the shots I do have that much better, that much more perfect, so that I distract them from noticing that I'm missing the iconic shots. Focusing only on this project means sacrificing all my time, any jobs, money, sleep, a social life. Not that I really had one anyways. So the pressure isn't just on my skills, but on my future and my entire livelihood. But God's given me a gift in this, so I might as well go all in while I'm here. And shout out to the patrons, they have been a huge help. A few of the things in the video are direct suggestions from them. So if you want tutorials, test renders, behind the scenes, or if you just want to support, consider subscribing to the Patreon. And even with their help, I'm still stuck in the Uncanny Valley. I'm so close to realism, but not quite, and that's kind of the whole problem of the Uncanny Valley. And if I can't fix it, the whole project might just fall flat. But I didn't set aside a whole year to just give up on the 800th problem. So no matter what, I kind of have to fix it, and so we'll see how that goes. And so I think I've improved everything: skin, lighting, displacement, imperfections, motion, and I'm pretty sure I'm out of the Uncanny Valley now, but I've been looking at it for so long that I'm just confused, to be honest. But the closer I get to realism, the more I start seeing the flaws everywhere else. It's like when you're fighting a Hydra and you cut off its head just for 2 more to grow in its place, and it's just overwhelming trying to get the quality I want across every shot. I'm kind of just at my limit at this point, and I think I'm just gonna step back and I don't even know, to be honest. Honestly, things aren't getting better. It feels like I'm pouring everything into this and I just have nothing left to give. The project is just chaos at this point. But when I'm in chaos, when I'm in the storm, I'm reminded to set my eyes on the one standing in the storm, Jesus Christ. And he's not there to take away the storm. It's not a free pass, but he's there to give me strength in the storm. So when I feel like giving up, I remember my goal is to glorify God and the gifts he's given me. And I can't do that if I just quit and give up right now. And with that being said, I have work to do. This is the final stretch of the video. We're so close to the end, I can taste the final result. But apparently what I can't do is go 10 minutes without everything crashing and freezing on me. But somehow I'm making a lot of progress, so can't complain that much. I think everything I've sacrificed, everything I've cast aside this past year, it's all gonna be worth it. Just a few more renders left and I'll be able to rest and show you guys the culmination of this eventful year in one video. We're finally here. As a wise man once said, it is finished. And after all of that work, the sacrifices, the time, the energy, and over a year of waiting, please enjoy the final video.
なめたまねしやがってだが死に際で掴んだ重力の確信お前の敗因は俺を首ちょんぱしなかったことと頭をぶっ刺すのにあの呪具を使わなかったこと
敗因勝負はこれからだろ化け物だ
覚悟しとけ術式判定
マジか
赤
ああそういう違和感